The stock market showed a mixed but positive performance today, with the Nifty 50 closing at 24,282.35, up from the previous close of 24,167.25. The index reached a high of 24,359.30 and a low of 24,119.95, reflecting moderate volatility. The Nifty Bank Index, however, saw a slight decline, closing at 55,292.55, down from 55,647.20. The banking sector faced some pressure, particularly with HDFC Bank and Kotak Mahindra being among the day's losers. The FINNIFTY also closed lower at 26,446.20, indicating a small pullback in the financial sector. In the broader market, Sensex ended on a positive note, closing at 80,116.49, up from the previous day's close of 79,595.59. It reached a high of 80,254.55 and a low of 79,506.90, showing some strength throughout the session. Meanwhile, the Nifty Midcap Select Index finished at 12,266.15, up from 12,095.80, signaling a slight improvement in midcap stocks. Despite the positive movements, the market experienced volatility, with some stocks underperforming, particularly in the banking and consumer sectors. On the institutional front, domestic institutional investors sold more than they bought, with a net selling of 885.63 crore rupees. In contrast, foreign institutional investors FPI continued their positive stance with a net purchase of 1,290.43 crore rupees, indicating continued foreign interest in Indian equities. This divergence in activity points to contrasting sentiments from domestic and foreign investors, with domestic institutions being more cautious while foreign investors remain optimistic about the Indian market's potential. The day's top gainers were primarily from the technology and automotive sectors. HCL Tech surged by 7.72%, closing at 1,594 rupees and 30 paise, while Tech Mahindra followed with a 4.63% increase, closing at 1,439 rupees and 30 paise. Tata Motors and Infosys also saw significant gains of 4.59% and 3.69%. respectively. On the other hand, the banking sector struggled, with HDFC Bank, Kotak Mahindra, and Axis Bank being the major losers. HDFC Bank fell by -1.98%, closing at 1,923 rupees and 10 paise, and Kotak Mahindra dropped by -1.8%, closing at 2,226 rupees and 70 paise. The overall sentiment was mixed, with the tech and automotive sectors driving the gains while the banking sector pulled the market down. In summary, while the Nifty 50 closed on a positive note, the performance of the banking stocks created some headwinds for the market. The continued net buying from foreign institutional investors indicates optimism, despite the more cautious approach from domestic investors.